Dancing with the Devil being based on a true story. Immortal Technique, man, I like that song a lot. And he talks about something that has a concept, and it's real deep actually, and it's something that a lot of people need to listen to. So if you haven't heard Dancing with the Devil by Immortal Technique, I would advise you to listen to it. But let's get into what he has to say about his own song, man.
Obviously, perception-wise, as a kid, I didn't associate a Green Lantern and Immortal, even though it makes sense, like musically, and it was dope. But yeah, I think like you said, like you pointed out so much stuff early, because again, at that time we didn't have access to YouTube and like jumping down a rabbit hole, and it's like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? Like, right. I think that you definitely, in terms of shedding the light to a whole generation of kids who were just hip hop heads, you definitely did open their eyes to a lot of wild shit, man, and a lot of truthful shit.
Right. And I think that even to this day, there's songs that I've written that people still ask me questions about. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kev, even 20 years later, people ask me, is Dance with the Devil a true story? And I have to look these people right in the eye and say, sir, I am not responsible for raping or killing any women. That is absolutely crazy. It is a song. However, I can take people, if they really want, to the building where this incident happened in Harlem. And the truth is that actually did happen, and those people that were allegedly responsible for that began dying. And that's why it became such a powerful story, because everyone's like, oh, you're telling hood tales. What if these motherfuckers come back for you? And I said, let them.
Right.
What are they gonna do? Like, you think that the neighborhood is going to protect them after they find out what they really did, that they raped a woman? Do you realize that in rich communities, you can get away with stuff like that? You're like, oh, there are little kids coming in all hours of the night. No one says anything. Right. They're all billionaires. But if you live in the ghetto and someone says a rumor in the hood, oh, someone's touching kids in apartment.
Yeah, they're getting fucked up.
Everybody from the neighborhood, yo, get past that.
The door down, yeah.
The fuck is going on in your homes? Like, so that's the kind of energy it was. And these people literally started dying. And one of them, we're not going to mention names because these people don't deserve to be remembered in a good light, but this is a sad story. They couldn't find this man, Kevin. And what I explain to people about the street is that there's no rules. Just like there's no such thing as a safe gun. You have to respect everything. I'm a big Second Amendment guy, but you have to respect the weapon. There's no such thing as a safe gun. These people were out here thinking that they could get away with a crime and that they wouldn't be found, and they murdered this man's son to get him to come to the funeral so they could kill him.
Jeez.
This is the type of shit that people were dealing with.
That's one of your, would you say that's your most popular song? It's like one of them, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. For people who, because there's going to be people watching this YouTube video who subscribe, who maybe are not hip to your catalog.
That's fine.
Give us a break. Like, for people who haven't heard Dance with the Devil, what is the premise of the record?
Well, I mean, without giving the entire thing away, I would say that it's definitely a very realistic tale of what happens when people feel peer pressured to commit violence to join a gang, or when they feel like they have to overcompensate for not being as tough as everybody thinks they is, and they commit violence and do horrible things to people to try to prove something to somebody. I remind individuals that are really living in the street, we don't deal with gratuitous violence. We deal with people that have offended or hurt us, who have come into our neighborhood and caused problems. The premise of going into another neighborhood and just trying to hurt people doesn't make sense now. I mean, even if you ask the essays that run each block, they'll be like, why would I start a war for no reason? But in New York City, it was structured differently. It wasn't so much gangs, it was crews back in New York.
Right.
So if you heard about a story like this, it became an urban legend immediately. And not just that, Kev, it was that the story was always a little bit different. Instead of it being the guy's mom, it would be the person's stepsister, it would be the aunt, it would be someone related. And I think when you have tales about, murder or killing people, it's aggrandized sometimes in hip hop to the point that you never really see the impact of what that is. Like, even if y'all kill someone that's not a kid, if y'all kill someone that's 30 years old, you think that's not somebody's son?
Of course.
You don't think you have a target on your back, right? You don't think that somebody's coming back for you. That's the reality. Then, and more often than not, when people come up to me and they say, "Oh, do you think the guys from Dance with the Devil were really cursed by the devil?" And I'm like, no, they lived a horrible lifestyle where they thought they could get away with hurting people at random, and eventually it
That
caught
catches
up
up.
not just to them, but to their children as well.
That's crazy. That's why I be promoting positivity, man. Stay out the way, get you some money. Don't let nobody talk trash about you, bro. I don't care if you work at McDonald's, Walmart, bro. I don't care where you work. If you getting legal money, that's better than getting dirty money, bro. It's no good. You feel me? Like, the cops are gonna catch you, especially in today's time, bro. If you're in the streets, bro, you gonna get caught. Somebody gonna tell on you, bro. It's not gonna end well. And then if the police don't catch you, what you have done will attract certain energy, and it all comes back. What goes around comes around. If you out here doing stuff to people that ain't did nothing to you, it's gonna come back to you. It may be a day from now, it may be a week from now, it may be a year, but we all get a deserving fate. At the end of the day, we all get what we deserve. So make sure you're doing the right thing, because trying to be cool, trying to be popular, trying to prove to someone that you're something you're not, it doesn't end well at the end of the day. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and that like button. You already know what's going on. Your boy Q Sauce. We growing over here on the daily, man. We trying to get that 300 subscribers before February 1st, man. Hit that sub button.